After a brilliant double win in Canada, winning the sprint and the main race, taking full points for Fornaroli, they go into Monaco for the Monaco Grand Prix. They go into Monaco with a special livery ready to live up the glamour that comes with the Monaco Grand Prix. And there's rain on race day, and after Canada, their heads are held high. They seem to go very well in the rain, and it looks like the rain's going to favour them again. Hello everyone and welcome to F1 26, my team career mode for part number 8 here in Monaco, on the streets of Monaco, here in Monte Carlo, one of the hardest tracks in the world, and we are here in qualifying, trying to qualify well for the race itself, which, as I said in the intro, is going to be rain affected from the start, so that's going to make things interesting. But after Canada, where we do the double with Fornaroli driving as Luke Browning this weekend, maybe we can maybe punch above our weight a little bit, but with it being Monaco, overtaking is going to be difficult. So maybe get the tyres right and swapping over at the best opportunity. It's probably going to be the best way to go about it. Here we are coming through the swimming pool section on our lap here. Nailed that kind of. It's been a very scruffy lap. The rear end has been very tail happy as we come through now through the final corner and a shoot up to the line. Let's see what kind of lap time are we going to do and where are we going to go. Over the line we go. 3 tenths behind Max Verstappen, behind Bottas. Ahead of some people actually, ahead of Oscar Piastri is a big name. He struggled last time out in Canada. He got caught out by the rain. And Monaco is a track I love doing, as I've hit the wall there. It's a track I love doing. It's a track I love driving. Obviously, I can understand it's a bit shit for racing, but that's kind of a given how tight and twisty and narrow it is. But I do like driving it. If you can get it right, I think it's one of the most, maybe not the most flowful tracks, but it definitely has a flow to it. First runs of Q1 are done then, and we are 13th. We've got some fast cars behind us. We've got 3 that probably should be ahead of us. So actually, we're not very safe, I don't think, in this qualifying session. You've got Hajar, Hamilton and Oscar, who are surely going to improve on their laps. Also, you've got Limblad, who it probably has some time in the pocket. Apart from that, maybe everyone else is as they should be. But I think at the end of the session, we're probably going to have to go out again. I will try. I'm going to gamble, and I'm going to go on the same set of softs to try and get this improvement. Here we are then, with 30 seconds to go as we go over the line to start our lap. We need an improvement here. Basically, everyone is out on track, so times are going to tumble, and we are definitely at risk here, and that's not a good start to that with some front wing damage to go to boot. But we are still up on our lap time then by about a tenth as we come into the Casino Square. We had a very scrappy first lap here, and we're going to try and want to avoid the same here happening, but I think going on the same use set might have been a mistake because I can feel the tyres don't really want to play ball. And we are falling down the table now. We're down to P15 as we come into the chicane. Still up on our lap a little bit as we absolutely cut that chicane. And we found a few attempts in doing so. Kind of cheating, I suppose. P16 now. So if Hamilton and Oscar Piastri improve, that is us out of qualifying. And this has been an awful run through the swimming pool section here. And we're bleeding time all the way now. It's a 10th up still as we come through Raskas and now Anthony at the final corner. Oh dear, and we have crashed. And we are out of qualifying. I think though we're P17, so we would have got into Q2, but that doesn't matter now. Let's see, so bad through there, so much understeer through there as we come through into the Raskas. It was alright into Raskas, and then I think I just turned a bit too early and yeah, caught the wall. I honestly thought I was going to dodge it, and that is us out of qualifying. And we would have made it through into Q number 2. Piastri, Hamilton, Hajar, all still at really bad laps. In fact, Oscar Piastri only improved by a few tenths or so, and Hamilton and Isaac Hajar are out as well as ourselves. Both Aston Martins have got through, both Cadillacs have got through. I mean, it's a weird thing. Monaco does weird things as it turns out, and Charles Leclerc looks like he might be the class of the field in this one. Here we go then on the grid. Then it is most definitely raining here in Monaco, and this qualifying has been massive, possibly for the title race. Lando Norris on pole with his teammate in second. So if he gets a good start, Lando Norris, it gives a buffer between him and Charles Leclerc, who's in third place. It could possibly be a 10-point swing in his favour, and not to mention Lewis Hamilton is behind us in P18. Hamilton it's going to be very hard to make moves. I'd be very surprised if Hamilton goes forward at all in this race. Same there for Isaac Hajar. They're going to have a very tough call to even get to the points on a circuit like this with the conditions as they are. It's going to be tough. The rain is supposedly going to stay for about half the race, and I kind of hope it doesn't, I kind of hope it dries up a little bit. I mean, it makes strategy a lot more simple, because if it's a half, you could argue mediums or hards. If it dries up a bit earlier, it's easy, you go hards to the end. Easy peasy as you like. But without further ado, it's time to go to the Monaco Grand Prix. Here we go then, to 5 lights to a wet Monaco Grand Prix, and it is lights out and away we go. And it's a very slow tentative start, because obviously with it being wet, no one wants to really go full speed. Lance Stroll braking already into turn 1 so early, checking up into us. We've got Hamilton on our outside who's trying to make a move, and we're now going to try and go around Stroll 3 wide. Definitely isn't going to work through there, so we've got to be smart with it here. We've got to try and stay in one piece, but up the inside of Stroll, that's fine. Up the inside then, maybe trying to make a move 3 wide in front of us with the 2 Cadillacs and Gasly. Colapinto going slowly. We're just going to drive around him, but Bottas is kind of checking everyone up as we go now into Mirabeau for the first time in this Grand Prix. Everyone going so slowly. I'm not even sure if we've really gone above 10 mile an hour yet as we go into the chicane, practically doing 10 mile an hour, 20 on the apex as yellow flags are up because everyone's going so slowly. Through we go. Bottas and Gasly still side by side. Pretty incredible from the pair of them, still side by side. Going to try and slip in with Gasly, try and get down on the throttle, but that's difficult in these conditions. Now we've got the traction and we're on the inside of Bottas as we head down towards the chicane for the first time in this race. Lifting, trying not to brake too late and going to the back of Gasly, which we failed to do so. Still side by side with Valtteri Bottas. I think he's clipped the wall, but still with the traction we're able to make a move and make it stick ourselves up into P14 then at the end of lap number 1. Bold stuff as we roll on through now. Hopefully we don't have any damage. These first few laps and as we cross over the line, it's just going to be about finding your feet, finding where the grip is and finding a way to be the fastest around the track without spinning the tyres up too much, because if you do so, you're going straight into the wall and straight into the scene of an accident. And I mean, right now it's all going to be about that. Now you also have to remember, maybe the AI are going to have spins as well, and that could cause carnage, possibly even red flags, and that would jump us straight into the dry conditions and kind of ruin the whole suspense of a wet Monaco, wouldn't it? But it's possible. It depends where, who and how many people they've got behind them. Oh, Gasly's so slow out of the chicane and we're screaming over the place, or squirming all over the place, should I say. But it's a move for us as we move ourselves up into P13. Then in the race we've got Perez in front of us. Oh, that was a hefty whack of the wall. Do we have any damage? No, it looks like we're okay. So we got away with that whack, but we've got to be careful in the future. Oscar Piastri sets the fastest lap of the race. I think Oscar Piastri has jumped his teammate, but I can also see there's a Red Bull in field, which means Charles Leclerc has gone down to 4th at the start of this race. You know, I don't think I've ever had to drive so slowly in my life. This is horrible right now with the rain. Imagine if it was full wet, although I think either that was just weird light from the bridge, or I thought I saw some sunlight, but it's still definitely raining here, and we are so much quicker in the chicane. If we're going to make any moves, it's definitely going to be into back here, because this is where we're so much quicker. Traction out of the chicane, so much better compared to the AI as we come through the swimming pool. And now another whack of the wall. We've got to be very careful here. We are playing with fire as Oscar Piastri sets another fastest lap of 27.2. Let's see what our lap time is as we go over the line. Bear in mind we've got traffic, and well, it's just slower in general as we go over the straight now up to the line. It's going to be a 28.8, 1.6 slower than Oscar Piastri up front. Oscar Piastri sets another fastest lap. The track is getting faster. He's gaining about 0.2 a lap on his previous best as he chalks down and slowly finds the grip, and it's probably going to be the same for most of us as well. We're getting quite close to Perez, so maybe we can start to think about a move on him, but for now we're going to have to sit behind him, and this right now could be the case until it dries up. Here we are, the closest we've been to Sergio Perez for a while, 6 attempts. We're not going to be able to get him into the chicane, but maybe out of the chicane. That's so slow through that bit on the exit as we roll on through the chicane. Can we maybe get close enough? No, not quite. We're going to have to settle still behind him for now. And we got a good run on Perez here, and we're going to make the move into the back on the inside. He's going to fight it around the outside, but in the end he gives up. And it is practically stopped raining now, so we can't be too far away. Oscar Piastri, another fastest lap again. He's actually gapping Lando Norris here. He's done a very good job at finding the pace here and pulling away from his teammate, which won't help his cause in the title fight, but I'm sure with it being McLaren, he'll probably pit like 2 laps after he needs to, after the crossover point. Also, that Aston Martin, which I believe is Alonso, making a massive gap right now. I mean, look at it. He's so far ahead of this group of cars, and that is for P number 8 as well. So a very good showing for Alonso in one of the worst cars on the grid. Now, call me stupid, but I think it honestly might be time for dries already. It's dried up rapidly. The rain has stopped. I mean, there's still a little spray, so maybe one more lap. But honestly, I think we could basically be at the dry point in the race now already. As maybe we can make a move on Ollie Behrman into the chicane. Oh, I've kind of just gone straight into the back of him there. Maybe if we can get a good exit. No, not quite. Or maybe, no, not quite. Another fastest lap, Oscar Piastri at 25.8. The times are coming down fast now, and the pace is starting to pick up for everyone around. Apart from this group, as it seems, as we are still stuck behind them. Honestly, it's tempting to go onto a set of mediums right now. Very tempting indeed. And I have just looked, and all the wax we've taken from the wall now has started to impact us, as we have light green damage on the left hand side of the car. Maybe that was from when we drove into the back of Ollie Behrman on the last lap. Very possibly, but we do now have damage. We're running front wing damage, and that's going to affect our pace a little bit as we come through now. Oh god, that's not going to help either. We really need to do a better job at staying out these walls. Here we are, we got Ollie Behrman out of the chicane on the brakes, side by side into back. That's risky. Oscar Piastri, another fastest lap of the race, but Lando Norris responds. That's the first time Lando Norris has shown any kind of sign of pace in this race as we come on through. I think the track is dry. I don't know. I'm going to gamble. I'm going to come into the pit lane on this lap then, and we are going to see if this is the right move. We're going on to a set of mediums in this race. If it's the right move, I'm going to look like a hero. If not, well, we're going to probably finish last in this race. Okay, it's definitely been an awful call. We've lost a second to Bortoletto, so I've gone early. We're just going to have to hope it dries up quickly now. As Oscar Piastri sets another fastest lap of this race, Lando Norris responds, then it's Max Verstappen. The times are coming down fast. 2 seconds now, though, we've lost to Bortoletto. I've fucked up massively. Oh, and people are coming into the pit lane now, and the crossover point is definitely now, so I've called it. Well, about 4 laps too early pretty much, which is a shame, but then again, I was a bit frustrated in traffic, and that has, well, probably undone me now. I lost about 2 seconds, 3 seconds overall in the end from doing this strategy, so maybe it's not going to be too bad. Maybe it's a position or two, but still, it's just unlucky really. We'll see who we come out with, I suppose, as we round the final corner. Still in wet mode. Everyone's gone onto the hards, and let's see where we're going to come out. There is Sergio Perez, and Behrman I think is the next car up the road, although we're going to be side by side with Perez on the exit. Behrman's next car up the road, so we are in fact exactly where we were before, just 3 seconds adrift. Now these guys are all on hards as well, which means they're going to try and go to the end, and we still need to pit again. So this has really gone backfired in my face, I think, is the best way to put it. Although we are taking a lot of time out of Ollie Behrman, so being on the mediums on this greasy track, probably the best way to do it. Although I'm surprised no one's binned it in the wall yet. Nearly was me there. Nearly binned it into the wall myself. Here we go with Oliver Behrman. They're so slow on these hard tyres right now. All of the AIR as we go into the chicane. He lifts off. He brakes early. We've cut that. We should probably get that back, shouldn't we? Go on, off you go. That was a failed attempt there. Far too late on the brakes, and it's cost us. And there we go, normal mode has been activated, which means now we have boost, which can help us in overtaking some of these guys, and maybe into turn 1 we can get Oliver Behrman as we come round the final corner. If we can get a good exit, into boost we go, and I don't think he's going to have an answer for us. Oh my god, nearly dropped it again and again as we go in towards turn number 1. Dive bomb on the inside, it's worked. He leaves the room, and up into P number 11 we go. Purple in the middle, the last sector as well. I'm not sure if any of you saw that, but purple in the middle last sector, and now we need to move on quickly to try and dispatch of Lawson and Alexander Albon. Now maybe we can make a move on Lawson here and repeat it as we go purple on the entire lap. Fastest lap of the Grand Prix there. We are the fastest guy on this racetrack right now. Oh my god, the traction is still very limited as we come up the hill into the Casino Square. Can't make a move past Lawson here. We need to get past these guys with some form of urgency. It's crucial for our race right now. Here we are, into the chicane. Can we do what we couldn't do against Behrman as we go for the inside on the brakes? Let's hope we make the corner. Oh my god, that was even worse than the last one. And we're going to have to wave him back through. And this is getting frustrating now because we are struggling big time. And we really need to try and get past these guys. It's crucial for our race. And right now, everything is just about going wrong. Dive bomb on Liam Lawson in the casino square on the racing line. We're able to keep it. Didn't go deep like we went at the chicane, around the outside at the second bit. And there we go then. We move ourselves up into P number 10. Points are not dead yet in this race. There is still a chance we can get some. And now we've got to try and deal with Alexander Albon. And then we've got a 14-second gap for us to push into. And that could be crucial for having to make our second stop. Oh, and there's a yellow flag, and it's Alonso. Alonso, after such a super race that he has delivered, he is out of the race. Oh, no, that is going to sting. That is going to sting massively. He's either out of the race or he's got a puncture of some sort. He's still going around. We're about to come up to him now. That is awful, a bit of luck, a rotten bit of luck. And no, he's out. He is out. His engine has gone. That is unbelievable how bad that luck he can get there. And that gives us an even bigger gap if we can get past Albon to drive into to try and increase the gap here to these guys and possibly give us a pit window. And I mean, first we need to get past Alexander Albon, but we're close here with Boost as well. We're not going to need to outbrake him here. We're going to go for the outside down towards the chicane. Hopefully he backs out. He's not. He's going to fight it all the way. We're giving the room. Over the curb we go. Lando Norris sets the fastest lap of the race yet again, but we are flying now. And finally, with some clean air, hopefully we can start moving as well. Fastest lap of the race, and another advantage of putting onto the hard so much later is our tyres are going to be so much more fresher than the guys behind. But if we do need to make overtakes, which we definitely are going to if we want to get ourselves back into the points, we've got the tyres to do so. Oh, and the hard runners are pitting again, or at least Antonelli is. Antonelli is into the pit lane. I'm not sure why. I mean, surely you just try and go to the end, but Antonelli into the pit lane, and so is Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc into the pit lane as well, so maybe in the end we don't need to be doing all this on these tyres that are getting extremely worn, might I just add. They are like very angry at me, 71%, and we are going to box at the end of this lap, and they've gone to another set of hards. And I think Oscar Piastri must have come in as well. So strange, we're actually side by side with Kimi Antonelli here up the hill. They're going towards Casino Square. We just about beat him. We've got 13 seconds to Albon, but if the AI are just going to pit again, I think, yeah, Isaac Hadjar's in as well. We might as well box this lap then and take on a new set of hards. Oh my god, and Antonelli's got such a run on us here as we go down towards the chicane. Is he going to try and fight it? Yes, he is. On the outside, I don't have the braking performance to be fighting him, to be honest. So much quicker on the brakes, and as he pulls away, that's just down to P8, which means the P8 could be on here. Very much could be on, because with 13 seconds anyway, it gives us 13 laps to try and catch, like, what, 6 seconds back up to try and overtake them? That's easy. Anyway, into the pit lane we go then. No one else has pit actually from the front pack. Lando Norris still leads from George Russell and then Max Verstappen. You've got Oscar Sainz as well, who hasn't boxed, then Leclerc and Antonelli's. Now that, if only some of them are doing it, that might actually be the wrong strategy. Anyway, onto a new set of hards we go as we come out of the pit lane. We're going to be behind this group with Lewis Hamilton there as well. Lewis Hamilton actually going around the outside, I think Sergio Perez that is, around turn 1 and up the hill. Does he have the run? No, he doesn't. He backs out in the end, but they're right with us here. So our P8 is very much a possibility. Oscar Piastri sets a new fastest lap then with his new tyres. It's definitely the strategy to go. And look at us, we're right behind Lewis Hamilton here then as we go into the final sector, into the swimming pool section. And Hamilton wiggling all over the place. Look how much better we are on the brakes there. Maybe a move into Raskas is on. A Raskas dive bomb is absolutely on as we shoot up the inside of him. And we make that move. Perez, Behrman in. Hamilton, he has also gone in. Oh, he would have stayed out. I think he should have stayed out. Now we've just got Colapinto stopping us from getting our P number 8, and it's going to make the end of this race very boring unless maybe Carlos Sainz holds everyone up.
Okay, information on Sainz.
Oh, Sainz is out of the race! Sainz is out of the race here on lap 38 of 39, and that promotes us up to P number 7 then. unbelievable. With 1 lap to go, 1.5 laps to go, and his engine's let go. I didn't even realise. I saw the yellow flag on the map. I had not realised who it was for, and it was for Carlos Sainz. That's an unbelievable bit of luck here as we go on to the final lap, and it has been a very lonely few final laps in this race. Literally had nothing to do. I've had no one in front of me. I've got nearly half a minute to the guys behind me. It's been a very boring journey. So yeah, I quite literally had no idea Carlos Sainz had retired from the race. I saw the yellow flag. I didn't think anything of it really. I've been driving here all alone. It's been a very lonely journey. Lando Norris has somehow been able to win this race, and that is massive for his championship charge, because Charles Leclerc is finished in P3 as Oscar Piastri splits the pair of them. And that is a big win for Lando, and a big statement as well. When his title, he was behind. At one point in last episode, he was behind after the Canadian sprint, and after 2 races, I think his lead's going to be like 20 points now over Charles Leclerc. We come home in a brilliant P7 position as well.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you can hear that, but the game is playing some very loud crowd music. I don't know what's going on there. The game's glitched a little bit. But Lando Norris wins the Monaco Grand Prix from Oscar Piastri, Charles Leclerc, George Russell as well in 4th. That is a brilliant race for Lando's championship. If we go and have a look at the standings, he's 21 points ahead of Charles Leclerc, and 39 ahead of George Russell, and 47 ahead of Hamilton, who in the end didn't even score any points. He wasn't able to recover, unlike Isaac Hadjar, who's all the way in 9th. 10 places gained for him, 10 gained for me as well. Unbelievable drive by him. I didn't think they'd do it, and Isaac Hadjar did, so fair enough to him. In the end, 2 DNFs with Alonso and Carlos Sainz. We got Fornaroli, he was last of everyone but finished, and was quite slow as well the entire weekend. But let's see the constructors actually before I say goodbye. McLaren take over the lead from Ferrari with 16 points, and then 60 Mercedes are behind there, and Red Bull 123. We are now pretty much certified best of the rest. 5th place with 60, not really close enough anywhere to anyone, but you know, we exist and we're probably best in the midfield. And with that, I thank you all for watching, and until next time, goodbye.